Hi, and welcome back to Bounce Board with me, Tiff Hall. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I'm recording this podcast, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to elders past and present. Today's episode is for all the mums out there. If you've given birth multiple times, had a few kids, and you want to know how to get back into exercise post-pregnancy, or perhaps you're pregnant and you want to know how to safely move during your pregnancy, then today's episode is for you. I am joined by Brooke Turner. Brooke is a renowned expert and educator in the health and fitness industry, specializing in functional fitness for females with over 15 years of experience. Brooke is also the founder of her app, Balanced by Brooke. What are the most frequent asked questions that you get hit by daily?
So often it is like, can I still keep training, whether it be functional fitness or CrossFit or their group fitness classes? And it's yes. And where the links are disjointed is, GPs and obstetricians, they're the experts in general medicine or delivering babies, and physios are the experts in musculoskeletal, but exercise professionals are the experts in exercise prescription. So often if a doctor or someone in a health professional role says, no, you can't do this, or this isn't safe, a lot of the time when people say, my doctor says it's okay, it's about, well, this is what's okay for my baby. But we have to consider, well, what's best for mum, and what's her pre-pregnancy fitness level like? Has she been performing taekwondo for her whole life, or is she wanting to start taekwondo at 12 weeks pregnant? And, because I think when women fall pregnant, especially if they haven't been moving, they think that it's too late to start. And a key thing to note is that it's never too late to start moving more or eating better, whether you're 13 weeks or 33 weeks pregnant. And
that's good to know.
So yes, you can try new things during pregnancy, but it wouldn't go and say, let's take up taekwondo or gymnastics. But yeah, if you haven't done, Pilates before, or swimming or cycling, go and give that a go. So we can still train in a way that we enjoy, regardless of what that is for you. It's about finding, is there a more appropriate alternative to doing so?
Yes, absolutely. So what are some of the biggest exercise myths or misconceptions, mistakes post-pregnancy that people make?
Yeah, taking that 6-week check as an all clear to return to pre-pregnancy exercise levels is a really big one. And you see it on the socials and people saying, I can't wait to have that 6-week check and then I can get back to doing X, Y, and Z. And like I said, we can actually return to what I say appropriate movement soon after delivery. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to wait till that 6-week mark. But then once you do hit 6 weeks, that's not an all clear to go and be lifting or running or
do a 10K.
Yeah, doing exactly what, the way you regress your exercise for pregnancy, which hopefully women are doing, is the way that we then progress and introduce those exercises and movement postpartum. So yeah, the 6-week check isn't all clear. And then I think as well, we need to adjust our expectations. It's a very non-linear journey. It's not, okay, we're 12 weeks, so now I should be doing this. And now I'm, 6 months down the track and I should be hitting these milestones. You might get to a point where you've been adding in some impact or some load, and then maybe you do start to experience back pain because your core, you haven't rebuilt that properly, or maybe you have some heaviness through your vagina and that's, a sign of potential pelvic floor dysfunction or prolapse, or you start doing high impact and you're leaking a little bit. It doesn't mean you can't necessarily do those movements, but it's okay, let's take a step back. Do we need to actually rebuild a bit more before we then progress through that movement? So that's a really big one. And then I think as well, I love your whole bounce forward message. I think that's incredible, because that bounce back culture, we need to, ditch that dialogue and pre-baby bodies. Yeah, it is. And just because you're a mum doesn't mean you can't be fit or strong or love your body or hit personal bests again. You can be in the best shape of your life.
You can be in better shape. Who says we have to bounce back to being what we were pre-baby? We can be something even better and stronger and fitter and more amazing, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And so I like to get all of my clients and community to think about celebrating the postpartum PBs. So you maybe before you had a baby, you could run 5Ks in 25 minutes, and you're referencing that baseline in all of the movements that you do moving forward. Or maybe you could back squat 100 kilos or whatever it may be. Like I said, it's non-linear. It's a very long journey. You're in the hood for life. Motherhood, I say we're in the hood for life.
Yes, that's cute. Yeah.
So celebrate the little wins along the way, your first box jump, symptom-free, or your first 1 kilometre run, or you've progressed from push-ups on your knees to doing a couple of, reps on your toes. It might sound small, but like I said, in the scheme of things, it's really important to do that and use that then as your new baseline moving forward, because you have changed mentally, physically and spiritually, and this is now who you are, and we just need to build on that.
So talking about exercising during pregnancy, a lot of women come to me and they're just scared to move. I was a little fearful myself in my pregnancies. I mean, I'm a trainer and I felt like I was well educated, but I still was very fearful. So how do you exercise during pregnancy? Like, what advice would you give to women?
Yeah, and it's so funny that because it's such an exciting but overwhelming time, right? And for someone like you, like I experienced that as an exercise professional too. Like the way I look at it is that every coach needs a coach, right?
Yes.
Like every doctor needs a doctor, we need someone. And so for me, when I embarked on my preconception journey for the first time 9 years ago, I was like, right, I know all the things I should be doing, but I still wanted that confidence. Like I wanted more than anything to have this baby. And depending on someone's preconception journey as well, like was it a spontaneous conception? Have they had recurrent miscarriage? Have they gone through IVF? That can then also determine a woman's approach to training and whether she's more conservative, whether she's a bit more relaxed about it all. But I was like, well, where can I turn to get this information to give me that confidence? And everything that I sort of found was outdated or unreputable, or it was sit on a fitball and do 2 kilo bicep curls, and it wasn't empowering me to move in a way that I enjoyed.
Yes.
And we all know that to follow a good exercise program, you need to enjoy the way you move. So that's where I made it my mission to create my course and my programs. But I think the biggest thing is we hear that listen to your body, okay? And we want to be in tune with our body, absolutely. And often if we get pain, like that's a sync, like, oh, okay, we need to stop. But we're not necessarily going to experience pain, during pregnancy, especially if it's related to the pelvic floor of the abdominals, which becomes stretched and weakened and compromised, that beautiful belly gets bigger. So it's about becoming educated in that area so you can then be empowered with your exercise choices. And so we do want to listen to our body, but we also want to be able to make informed decisions around, just because we can perform a particular movement doesn't mean that we should. So just because you can still go for a 12K run, or you can do push-ups on your toes, or you can still do pull-ups, or you can still lift great loads, it doesn't mean that's the right thing for your body right now.
Thanks so much for listening to Bounce Forward. I love having your company, so please DM me all of your questions at tiffhall_XO and let me know what topics you'd love me to cover. Don't forget to rate and review me on your podcast app. Speak soon. Happy days.